translation of Sahih Bukhari, Book 77, Divine Will. Al-Qadar. Volume 8, Book 77, number 593, narrated Abdullah, Allah's Apostle, the truthful and truly inspired, said, each one of you collected in the womb of his mother for 40 days, and then turns into a clot for an equal period of 40 days and turns into a piece of flesh for a similar period of 40 days, and then Allah sends an angel and orders him to write 4 things, that is, his provision, his age, and whether he will be of the wretched or the blessed in the hereafter. Then the soul is breathed into him. And by Allah, a person among you or a man may do deeds of the people of the fire till there is only a cubit or an arm breadth distance between them and the fire, but then that writing which Allah has ordered the angel to write proceeds, and he does the deeds of the people of paradise and enters it. And a man may do the deeds of the people of paradise till there is only a cubit or 2 between him and paradise, and then that writing proceeds and he does the deeds of the people of the fire and enters it. Number 594, narrated Anas bin Malik, the Prophet said, Allah puts an angel in charge of the uterus and the angel says, O Lord, it is semen. O Lord, it is now a clot. O Lord, it is now a piece of flesh. And then, if Allah wishes to complete its creation, the angel asks, O Lord, will it be a male or a female? A wretched and evil doer or a blessed doer of good? How much will his provisions be? What will his age be? So all that is written while the creature is still in the mother's womb. Number 595, narrated Imran bin Hussein, a man said, O Allah's Apostle, can the people of paradise be known differentiated from the people of the fire? The Prophet replied, yes. The man said, why do people try to do good deeds? The Prophet said, everyone will do the deeds for which he has been created to do, or he will do those deeds which will be made easy for him to do. That is, everybody will find easy to do such deeds as will lead him to his destined place for which he has been created. Number 596, narrated Ibn Abbas, the Prophet was asked about the offspring of the pagans. He said, Allah knows what they would have done were they to live. Number 597, narrated Abu Hurairah, Allah's Apostle was asked about the offspring of the pagans. He said, Allah knows what they would have done were they to live. Narrated Abu Hurairah, Allah's Apostle said, no child is born but has the Islamic faith, but its parents turn it into a Jew or a Christian. It is as you help the animals give birth. Do you find among their offspring a mutilated one before you mutilate them yourself? The people said, O Allah's Apostle, what do you think about those of them who die young? The Prophet said, Allah knows what they would have done were they to live. Number 598, narrated Abu Hurairah, Allah's Apostle said, no woman should ask for the divorce of her sister Muslim so as to take her place, but she should marry the man without compelling him to divorce his other wife, for she will have nothing but what Allah has written for her. Number 599, narrated Usama, once while I was with the Prophet and Sa'd, Ubay bin Ka'b and Mu'ad were also sitting with him, there came to him a messenger from one of his daughters, telling him that her child was on the verge of death. The Prophet told the messenger to tell her, it is for Allah what he takes, and it is for Allah what he give, and everything has its fixed time limit, so she should be patient and look for Allah's reward. Number 600, narrated Abu Sa'id al-Khudri, that while he was sitting with the Prophet a man from the Ansar came and said, O Allah's Apostle, we get slave girls from the war captives and we love property. What do you think about quotas? Interrupt us. Allah's Apostle said, do you do that? It is better for you not to do it, for there is no soul which Allah has ordained to come into existence but will be created. Number 601, narrated Hudayfa, the Prophet once delivered a speech in front of us wherein he left nothing but mentioned about everything that would happen till the hour. Some of us stored that our minds and some forgot it. After that speech I used to see events taking place which had been referred to in that speech but had forgotten them before their occurrence. Then I would recognize such events as a man recognizes another man who has been absent and then sees and recognizes him. Number 602, narrated Ali, while we were sitting with the Prophet who had a stick with which he was scraping the earth, He lowered his head and said, "There is none of you but has his place assigned either in the fire or in paradise." Thereupon a man from the people said, "Shall we not depend upon this, O Allah's Apostle?" The Prophet said, "No, but carry on and do your deeds, for everybody finds it easy to do such deeds as will lead him to his place." The Prophet then recited the verse, "As for him who gives in charity and keeps his duty to Allah," Quran 92 verse 5. Number 603, narrated Abu Hurairah, "We witnessed along with Allah's Apostle the Qadar campaign. Allah's Apostle told his companions about a man who claimed to be a Muslim. This man is from the people of the fire. When the battle started, the man fought very bravely and received a great number of wounds and got crippled. On that, a man from among the companions of the Prophet came and said, 'O Allah's Apostle, do you know what the man you described as of the people of the fire has done? He has fought very bravely for Allah's cause and he has received many wounds.' The Prophet said, 'But he is indeed one of the people of the fire.'" Some of the Muslims were about to have some doubt about that statement. So while the man was in that state, the pain caused by the wounds troubled him so much that he put his hand into his quiver and took out an arrow and committed suicide with it. Off went some men from among the Muslims to Allah's Apostle and said, "O Allah's Apostle, Allah has made your statement true. So and so has committed suicide." Allah's Apostle said, "O Bilal, get up and announce in public none will enter paradise but a believer, and Allah may support this religion Islam with a wicked man." Number 604, narrated Sahih bin Sa'd, "There was a man who fought most bravely of all the Muslims on behalf of the Muslims in a battle Ghazwa in the company of the Prophet. The Prophet looked at him and said, 'If anyone would like to see a man from the people of the fire, let him look at this brave man.' On that, a man from the people Muslims followed him, and he was in that state, that is, fighting fiercely against the pagans till he was wounded, and then he hastened to end his life by placing his sword between his breasts and pressed it with great force till it came out between the shoulders. Then the man who was watching that person went quickly to the Prophet and said, 'I testify that you are Allah's Apostle.' The Prophet asked him, 'Why do you say that?' He said, 'You said about so and so, if anyone would like to see a man from the people of the fire, he should look at him. He fought most bravely of all of us on behalf of the Muslims, and I knew that he would not die as a Muslim martyr, so when he got wounded, he hastened to die and committed suicide.' Thereupon the Prophet said, 'A man may do the deeds of the people of the fire while in fact he is one of the people of paradise, and he may do the deeds of the people of paradise while in fact he belongs to the people of fire, and verily, the rewards of the deeds are decided by the last action's deeds.'" Number 605, narrated Ibn Umar, "The Prophet forbade vowing and said, 'In fact, vowing does not prevent anything, but it makes a miser to spend his property.'" Number 606, narrated Abu Hurairah, "The Prophet said that Allah said, 'Vowing does not bring to the son of Adam anything I have not already written in his fate, but vowing is imposed on him by way of foreordainment. Through vowing I make a miser spend of his wealth.'" Number 607, narrated Abu Musa, "While we were with Allah's Apostle in a holy battle, we never went up a hill or reached its peak or went down a valley but raised our voices with takbir. Allah's Apostle came close to us and said, 'O people, don't exert yourselves, for you do not call a deaf or an absent one, but you call the all-listener, the all-seer.' The Prophet then said, 'O Abdullah bin Qais, shall I teach you a sentence which is from the treasures of paradise? It is, La hawla wala quwwata illa billah. There is neither might nor power except with Allah.'" Number 608, narrated Abu Said al-Khudri, that the Prophet said, "No caliph is appointed but has two groups of advisors, one group advises him to do good and urges him to adopt it, and the other group advises him to do bad and urges him to adopt it. And the protected is the one whom Allah protects." Number 609, narrated Ibn Abbas, "I did not see anything so resembling minor sins as what Abu Hurairah said from the Prophet, who said, 'Allah has written for the son of Adam his inevitable share of adultery whether he is aware of it or not. The adultery of the eye is the looking at something which is sinful to look at, and the adultery of the tongue is to utter what it is unlawful to utter, and the inner self wishes and longs for adultery and the private parts turn that into reality or refrain from submitting to the temptation. Number 610, narrated Ibn Abbas, regarding the verse, "And we granted the vision ascension to the heavens Mirai which we showed you O Muhammad as an actual eyewitness but as a trial for mankind." Quran 17 verse 60. Allah's apostle actually saw with his own eyes the vision all the things which were shown to him on the night of his night journey to Jerusalem and then to the heavens. The cursed tree which is mentioned in the Quran is the tree of Azaqum. Number 611, narrated Abu Hurairah, the Prophet said, Adam and Moses argued with each other. Moses said to Adam, "O Adam, you are our father who disappointed us and turned us out of paradise." Then Adam said to him, "O Moses, Allah favored you with his talk to you directly and he wrote the Torah for you with his own hand. Do you blame me for action which Allah had written in my fate 40 years before my creation?" So Adam confuted Moses, the Prophet added, repeating the statement 3 times. Number 612, narrated Warad, the freed slave of Al-Mughira bin Shu'ba Muawiyah wrote to Mughira, "Write to me what you heard the Prophet saying after his prayer." So Al-Mughira dictated to me and said, "I heard the Prophet saying after the prayer, none has the right to be worshipped but Allah alone who has no partner. O Allah! No one can withhold what you give, and none can give what you withhold, and the fortune of a man of means is useless before you that is, only good deeds are of value." Number 613, narrated Abu Hurairah, the Prophet said, "Take refuge with Allah from the difficulties of severe calamities, from having an evil end and a bad fate and from the malicious joy of your enemies." Number 614, narrated Abdullah, when taking an oath, the Prophet very often used to say, "No, by him who turns the hearts." Number 615, narrated Ibn Umar, the Prophet said to Ibn Sayyad, "I have kept for you a secret." Ibn Sayyad said, "Ad-duka." The Prophet said, "Keep quiet, for you cannot go beyond your limits or you cannot exceed what has been foreordained for you." On that, Umar said to the Prophet, "Allow me to chop off his neck." The Prophet said, "Leave him, for if he is he that is, Ad-Dajjal, then you will not be able to overcome him, and if he is not, then you gain no good by killing him." Number 616, narrated Aisha, "I asked Allah's apostle about the plague. He said, that was a means of torture which Allah used to send upon whomsoever he wished, but he made it a source of mercy for the believers, for anyone who is residing in a town in which this disease is present, and remains there and does not leave that town, but has patience and hopes for Allah's reward, and knows that nothing will befall him except what Allah has written for him, then he will get such reward as that of a martyr." Number 617, narrated Al-Bara bin Azib, "I saw the Prophet on the day of the Battle of Al-Khandaq, carrying earth with us and saying, By Allah, without Allah we would not have been guided, neither would we have fasted, nor would we have prayed. O Allah! Send down Sakinah calmness upon us and make our feet firm when we meet the enemy. The pagans have rebelled against us, but if they want to put us in affliction that is, fight us we refuse to flee." See Hadith number 430, Volume 5,